An oceanic adventure awaits us. There's been a lot of leaks, and Gen 10 is planned to release most likely in 2026. Really hoping the game just genuinely looks great on the Switch too. Perhaps the Pokemon in the 10th generation was inspired by the Greek state. You could see that it's based on the map of Cyclades, and we see that there's a lot of islands just surrounding this whole entire map. It's not just one single big area. It's like so many different sections, and it's kind of like they all each have their own domain. Maybe possibly they could be the islands, guardian deities that we had in Sun and Moon, where each Pokemon or legendary mythical could just look over a certain island, and they would be like the boss or the totem Pokemon of that sort. And it also is based on the ancient Greek underwater world. So the underwater world is way more cooler because there's going to be lots of water in the game. It might lead to IGN rating it a 7 out of 10 for too much water, like they did in Omega Ruby. But yeah, Gen 10 will involve more water like the Hoenn region. I hope there's more gym battles too, because I just wanted to go back to the gym battles where we just battle them and get our gym badges. There could also be a Pokemon Camp minigame that has been leaked in Generation 10 where you could use your mouse controls to wash your Pokemon to make it like you. So those are the types of things where they feed your Pokebeans and they raise their affection every time they take part in this Pokemon Camp game. Also the Pokemon Sword curry dishes. So for the name of the Gen 10 games, it has been speculated that it would be called Waves and Winds, which sounds about accurate for the next two very easily. I don't see why not this time around. It's a very convincing pair this time. Most likely they are saving it for 2026 February Pokemon Day. If this game does have something to do with the Winds and Waves, it could be a rivalry between characters that are kind of similar to Zeus and Poseidon. And Hades could be like this third hidden legendary that we get to see, like this legendary trio. And also, as I mentioned earlier, the Pokemon that are like the island deities, they own a certain place, and they could also be, you never know, since they did a lot of regional variants ever since Gen 7, we could see with Gen 10, the regional variants could be opposite. Like, for example, the island could change based on the Pokemon. It would be cool if they had Mount Olympus in the sky. Apparently the leaks have been suggesting that there will be floating islands in the air. So that would be very cool to see, just islands just floating in the sky and you could like hop on top of them like a platform sort of game in Mario. It would be very, very cool because you could just like visit all these different islands, just like how Sun and Moon divided its region into 4 sections and each island had a specific story. I do believe that Gen 10, as based the leak shows, it will have those sort of like dynamic stories and a lot of cool characters new with their own stories that they have. And possibly there could be the islands will be where we fight the champion or the villain boss, similar to Legends Arceus with that epic Volo showdown in the sky. Now there's also, since there's lots of water as we could know earlier, there is also fishermen that will be there. I really know that fishermen have been very iconic since Generation 1. So fishermen will definitely return for Generation 10. They've been fishing a lot and maybe fishing mechanics could change up. Get a lot of fishing rods, and rather than just like pressing A every time something bites on the fishing rod, we could get something more cooler every time we do the fishing. There could also be side quests like the Greek ancient types. You help out a mythical Pokemon and then they help you with the island of some sort. Just like how in Lumio City ZA, every time we battle someone, they help us, and we help them in return. My question would be, since Pokemon Legends ZA is coming out and its timeline is restoring France, maybe there's a hint for the new generation in this new game that is coming up this year. So it'd be very cool, like they did in Legends Arceus with Scarlet and Violet. It's like a sequence in the timeline. As for Legends ZA, I'm really happy by the way that the Patrat and the Elemental Monkeys are going to be in it. Those Pokemon have been switch locked for a good 6 years, so it's going to be very refreshing. But speaking of these Black Suit Pokemons, there's a possible leaked picture for Generation 10. Maybe this could be a Black Suit White remakes instead of Winds and Waves, because Winds and Waves is supposed to be an island-based region, not city-based, as we could see in this picture. It clearly shows a big city and it's very urbanized. We see there's lots of neon lights and this huge paved road in the middle. And yeah, that bird and the flying in the sky, definitely most likely Pidove. I mean, it looks like Castelia City to me. Pidove is just flying, so who knows, we could actually get Black and White remakes after all this time that everybody has been always thinking. Even in Pokemon Presents in February, I remember a lot of people have been talking about Black and White remakes. Oh, when are we going to get those? Well, maybe they'll come up with more news so in the upcoming months. I also heard about crossbreeding, which is probably fake, but it makes a lot of sense that they have been making those kind of things lately. Like it could be those Taurus and Machoke breed, and then you could make a new species out of it. Obviously, it would be rather limited, but it is an amazing idea and it does make sense. We could get a new breeding mechanic. If you want more videos similar to this, like the video and leave a comment on what's your predictions for Gen 10. I want to hear your thoughts. See you in the next one.